In moments of crisis, remember dial 988 and connect with a lifeline. Your existence, your story, your life is precious not just to those close to you, but to the entire community. Our ethos is rooted in the belief that no one should be left behind. Switching gears now, welcome to episode 7 of Gearheads and Guardians. Our exploration continues into the realm of armed self-defense. Holsters, a fashion statement? Perhaps, but more importantly, a crucial part of your gear. This week we delve into the universe of holsters, from inside the waistband to tactical thigh rigging, helping you choose what suits you best. Our tech tip of the week zooms in on triggers and the role of spring pressure in your accuracy and readiness. Tailoring the right pressures to your rig could well be the turning point in your hunt for the ideal weapon. Lastly, we persist with our discussions on veterans issues, shedding light on daily challenges faced by our comrades. So, gear up for Wednesday at 7 p.m. on the Gearheads and Guardians YouTube channel. Participate in the chat and become an integral part of the Gearheads and Guardians fraternity.
Well, here we are, episode
Welcome
7.
to episode 5 of Gearheads and Guardians.
Okay.
Got it. No worries. So, here we are, episode 7. It's good to see everybody out there today. Got a pretty good lineup today. Going to talk about something that I'm really kind of, I don't know how to explain it, kind of particular about. I'm kind of picky, you know. And again, remember, okay, the one thing I always say almost every stream, this is just my opinion, okay? And you know what they say about opinions? They're like booty holes. Everybody's got one. And they all stink,
Everybody's got
right? Everybody's got one. So, that being said, we're going to talk about holsters this week, man. I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah.
And actually, but and the tech tip, we're going to talk about one in particular that I was kind of apprehensive at first, and after I kind of read about it a little bit, and all right, I'll try it. And I'm so glad I did.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you know, and like we do every week, we're going to end it up with, you know, some of veterans issues and things like that. And again, if you're thinking about harming yourself or hurting yourself or something like that, man, gearheadsandguardians@gmail.com. Send us an email. Say, hey,
Yep.
Chuck, hey, Drew, or hey, Gearheads and Guardians, whatever, you know, you got a minute or just anything, you know, we'll be there to lend a hand. And, you know, we're both of us were senior non-commissioned officers in the Army. We understand. We've been there. We understand. We've had those feelings and emotions as well. And, you know, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Not at all. Last week, I called the mental health folks up, you know, because I wanted to find out, is this a mental thing that I'm going through?
Yeah.
Or what is it? Coming to find out, it was because I quit smoking. I was just having anxiety because I quit smoking, you know, 6 months. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing, you know, it's a good thing. I was like, well, hey, you know, if I got a little anxiety because I quit smoking, hey, that's great.
That's a positive.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I had it today, man. Well, today or yesterday, you know, sometimes when things stack up, you just, you know, and today I had to make a phone call and try to figure some stuff out. And I'm sitting there going, you know, when is it going to end? Because you know, the problem, and not to get in too deep into it, but the problem is when you sit and fester it in your mind and you don't stay busy, you forget that it's going to be there tomorrow. And it's going to be there until, you know, you get something resolved. And our health is the same way, Guy. I mean, the fact that you made that phone call and said, hey, something ain't right, but we need to figure it out. Now, too many times people will be like, you know, I've lived with it for years. Why starting out? Until something drastically happens, you have your aha moment, you go like, dang, I should have done it a long time ago.
Yep, I should have got my head out of my third point of contact and done something about it when I thought about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's nothing to be ashamed of, man. There really isn't. I mean, I'm here to tell you, the most perfect human being on this planet.
Yep.
vented to other people.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ talked to a whole lot of people every day, didn't he?
Yep. Every day.
Not a bad talk to somebody.
No, it's not. It's not. And you know, we always wait until the last time to, you know, I'm coming around, you know, my girlfriend's working on my faith, and it's not that I wasn't faithful, it's just I didn't pay enough attention to it. I didn't really, you know, and not to get into it, but I wasn't where I should have been or need to be, you know, for my reasons. But in my own right, I have definitely learned that it's not selfish to ask for some help and for forgiveness, and just say, you know what, I need you to control this one, because I'm up to here, and I just want it to go away. And a lot of times you say you're close, and I got that phone call, we're like, man, I got to do it now. Oh, that sucks, but guess what? It's over. So, you know, it happens for a reason. Mm-hmm.
And you know, the thing is, I always tell, and you know what my job that I do on a daily basis. You know what I do. And I talk to people on a daily basis every day, all day. I probably talk to 70, 80 people a day. And, you know, sometimes you get those folks that just, you know, and a lot of times it's veterans, you know, these guys are like 70, 60, you know, maybe 80, 90 years old sometimes, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll start talking about God or something like that. And I tell them every single time, you know, and they're like, you know, why is this happening? This, that, and the other. And I always tell them, you know, God gives us tribulations. He gives us trials. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you two things that he does. Okay. Number one, he will never forsake you as long as you believe in him.
No, that's true.
And the second thing you'll never ever have to worry about is he will never put more on your plate than you can deal with.
Correct.
You can deal with it. You just got to believe it here and have it here. That's it.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny.
Family, and you'll get it knocked out from it.
Yeah, it's funny you say that too, because, you know, my girlfriend bought me this God for Men book.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm terrible at reading it, because it's not something that is in your mind, and you know, I'm not going to get into it, but it goes into what we do in everyday life. It's not something that's normal, but you know,
favor when you get a chance.
Yeah.
Open that book. Open a book to Romans 12:12. Just tell me what it says.
It goes by month, so I'd have to look through and see which one it is. But yeah, it's a daily testimonial. It's not the Bible, but yeah.
If you ever get a chance, look up Romans 12:12.
Okay.
It's very short, very blunt, to the point. But man, is it pack a wallop. You'll know when you read it. You'll know when you read it. So.
Hey, Whip, how's it going? Welcome.
What's up? Hey. Holsters, yes, we're going to talk about holsters. Okay.
Yep, we're going to talk about holsters. We're gonna talk about a few things, man.
So we'll get into holsters. Okay.
Yeah.
Holsters, obviously, in a lot of states. Now, I don't know exactly. That's it, right there. It is, Whip. You got it, buddy.
Yep.
That's it.
There it is.
And be constant in prayer.
Yeah, I want to tell you, the hardest one out of that whole thing is patience. Patience, such a virtue, man. You know, patience. Even though we get frustrated, God, we go from holsters. Here we go. We're talking about God again. In coming from me, this is a big deal, guy, because I have learned a lot of patience the past 2 years with everything I've been through. I know you have, especially with health. But man, today I got I made the phone call to do the right thing and say, hey, I want to go ahead and knock this out on this date. Needs to happen like next week. I'm like, okay, and then I realized I backed up a little bit and said, man, I'm going to be done. Nice. Awesome. So it happens. Okay, back to holsters.
Okay, so now there's a lot of different holsters out there, a lot of different companies. Okay, you have like different like belly bands. I don't know if you've seen a lot of those. They look like what do you call them? Like a back brace kind of looking thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then you got the different pockets and stuff. Okay, now for a guy like me with a belly, that's probably not going to work.
I was going to say the same thing. You better just get a back brace and slap some Velcro on it, and I'll just carry it.
Right? Exactly.
Suck this in.
That's what I'm saying. So a lot of
Mhm.
holsters situations won't work for some people. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So you have like the belly bands. You have like
Mhm.
the concealed holsters. Okay, 19
Mhm.
and from a 17 and 1945. Okay, you have those
Mhm.
type of holsters, and I don't have my other one. I have a, and I regret buying it. I really do. So y'all can kick me in the butt next time you see me. Serpa holsters.
Yeah.
Refuse to ever buy one again. Don't do it. Now,
Yeah.
are they? As long as you, I'll say this: as long as you keep it clean, dirt free, and don't roll around the dirt with it, you're gonna be fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Problem with the
Yeah.
Serpa holsters is you have to put your, and I don't have my Serpa without a Serpa. I don't even know what I do. I think I threw it away, to be honest with you. It's either that or it's in there. I can't remember. But
Mhm.
inside it has a button, okay, that you could push and pull your weapon out at the same time. Okay. That way somebody can't just come up and grab your weapon from you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Serpa holsters is another one. You got your belly bands. You got concealed carry holsters like these. Okay, like this is a
Mhm.
concealed carry holster. This is actually a combo holster, which we're going to get into later because this he's bad. I'm just telling you, this is a bad holster right here.
Mhm.
Alien Gear,
Alien
great,
gear. Yep.
great products. So
Yep.
again, like you have this type. Okay, now this type is one that's a dual purpose. You can rig this up to be a concealed, like I have. This is a concealed. Okay, with a little wedge thing here. Okay, that kind of it basically follows along your belt loop, and it keeps the weapon pulled this way. And I'll show
Mhm.
you why. And the reason for it is when you're chubby like me. Okay, you put your gun in there. This is going to print. This part will print real bad. Okay, the actual
Yeah.
the grip of the weapon will print pretty bad. Okay,
Right.
what that does is that'll cant that weapon a little bit closer to your side and pull it in so that you can't really see it too much. Okay,
Right.
so now that's
Unless you have unless you got like an inner tube for a love handle like I got, and then then you need a drop holster, but we'll talk about that.
right on, right on. And then you have like the concealed carry holster, like then you have like, and I think who else makes those? Uh, I think no, We the People don't make that one. God, for the life
I
of
know
me,
Vetter makes one.
the pancake type ones where they got and you can wear it around the backside, like behind your back. You can wear
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I
And
was just
they have
looking.
like
I was just
shoulder
looking at that one.
yeah, they have shoulder holsters that you
Uh
can
huh.
wear like in a suit jacket or whatever. You can wear it that way.
Mhm.
You got let's see the outside the waistband. They have like a
Mhm.
drop leg, and then they have like a thigh holster, one that doesn't go quite as far as
Yes.
like as one of the other. So you have one that would be on like mid thigh. You have one that's like
Mhm.
just about where your pocket would be. Then you have one
Mhm.
that would go on your belt loop, that area.
Yep. Yep.
Now, and again, there's an occasion for all of these. Okay,
Yes.
occasions for all of them. Most states that people live in, if you carry a weapon, it has to be in a holster. Okay,
Mhm.
even in some states, in your vehicle, they have to be in a holster.
Yep.
Okay. Now, again, what we was talking last week, I found it right in front of me the whole time. Now these, imagine that. These in some states, okay, are not okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now, this model, which I totally freaking dig the hell out of, is because I can carry my weapon in my vehicle, okay, unloaded.
Yep.
Have the magazine in there, dry chamber, nothing in it, right? Now, drop this magazine. Whoops, didn't mean to drop that. Weapons clear. All right. Now what this does, sits in your truck, mounted to your truck here. It'll
Mhm.
sit in your truck. Like,
Yep.
well, probably something to that effect right there. I can grab that and pull it off, and there it is, loaded,
Yeah.
ready to rock. Obviously, there's not loaded because I took the magazine out.
Yeah. Yeah, I got one I put mine in my truck.
You can rack around right there to defend your vehicle. And the thing of it is, another thing I want to kind of brush up on when it comes to that carrying in your vehicle. Do yourself a favor. Go online. Call the ATF. Okay. On my cell phone, I have ATF on speed dial. Okay.
Sure.
Because if I got a question, I want to know now.
I'm going to get an answer. Yeah.
Email, I'll call them. Okay.
You know, when I saw those Performer magnetic mounts, what turned me on the most was in the house. The magnet is so strong that you can put them, and they're not big. I mean, Chuck, hold that one. Mine are in a closet. I got one in my truck, but it's not very big. But you can mount that in places on your wall or under a cupboard, and that's all it is. But that magnet on there, that'll pick up a car. It's crazy how much that. Yep.
iPhone 11, and there's the mount.
Just like that. And what sold me is now we talk. It is considered a holster. So here's one of the things that got me on it was my girlfriend and she's got very small hands, and she's had carpal tunnel surgery. So even with her little 43, it takes a little bit for her to get used to racking it. But if she's at home, I can have a couple places up where if she's out here in the living room, there's one we can hook one right next to where she sits. And if something comes in, all she has to do is put her weight on it, ka-chow, and rack it, and then pull it off, and then she's ready to go. She doesn't have to mess with the nails, and she doesn't got to mess with her. She ain't got to do all that stuff. And in the truck, I've got mine mounted just underneath the dash to the right side of my throttle leg, and And all I have to do, it's strong enough to where all I got to do is I can hit it, even my big cannon, and it's ready to go. That right there, I'll get the link. The next one, I'll have to look up my order. It's perform. It's on the box. That's right. You got a box. I really
PREPCION.com.
Yes, I highly recommend that holster for anything in the house, so that you don't, if you don't have a regular carry holster but you want it out and you don't want it laying around, right? You don't want your weapon laying around. And obviously if you have a vault like what we have from USCCA, it takes a minute to get in there and get it out and what have you not, which is not a bad deal. But they're black. You can hide them, and you can put them on drywall. They come with the spacers and drywall, so they anchor nice and tight, and space them out. That way, say, hey, you know what? We're out here. We live in an RV, so if we're out at the lake or whatever, and I don't want it in my holster, but I want it readily available, I'll put it wherever I'm in the living room, as long as it's like in the path going to the door or near me, so in case something happens, it's got it hanging there. And that's what turned me on about those. Those are so bad. And another thing real quick, if you go to the website, if you buy, they do a deal. Like if you buy one, you get like 10% or 50% off the next one. Or if you got, I think I got 3 of those for like $70 because they package deal. No, it's really amazing. And they don't take long to get here. And man, yeah. I have 2 in the closet. Don't tell my girlfriend because I got to hang them up. I don't know. But amazing.
She got that on the honeydew list, huh?
Well, she don't think about it. I mean, hers is just laying next to her in the holster, but it would be, and it's something I really am going to do this week is hang hers up so that she don't have to fart with it, and it gets it off the banister off her paper. It's not a paperweight then. So. Yeah, that Perform magnet mount's amazing.
I dig it. And now what I have in my truck is something kind of like that, except the one I have is more like a big J, and it guards over the trigger, and it works great. Works really good.
Yeah.
So that being said, we talked about there's belly band holsters, concealed carry holsters. There's a few different types of belly band holsters. and you have like the shoulder holsters that you can, go over.
Mhm.
It's almost like suspenders. Okay. And you have the outside the waistband holsters. You have a thigh holster and then a drop leg holster. Okay.
Mhm.
Depending on the situations that you're in or what you're trying to do or what you have it for, or if it's even if it's like competition, they have
Mhm.
competition style holsters you can use. Okay. That
Mhm.
there's hardly anything to them. Your gun is like click, click, sits in it and pow, there it goes. You know what I mean? So it's
Right.
quick draw stuff like that. But me personally, for what the reason I have my guns besides my 17. Now my 17, that's nothing but a range gun. That's it. that's,
Right.
that's all.
Right.
That's just go out, blow rounds, and have fun with, and just enjoy shooting. That's what I had the 17 for. But now I had like
Sure.
the Glock 45, the 19, the 21. Those are for keeping people the hell off me.
Mhm. Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely. And you talk about drop holsters.
holster.
Y- Yeah, you talk about conceal, and I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry, the satellite leg, but um, I you talk about you mentioned on something, bro, about what what you're going to use it for, right? Like you said, sport or what have you not. Also, physical
Attributes.
attributes of your body too. So, and that not I joke about being a little heavy around the midsection, but you know what? No judgment to anybody, but there are some of us that are a little bit bigger around the waistband. However, I have long arms. Yeah, oh I know, I got it, and I'm working on it too. But I have long arms. I am 71 inches tall,
Mm-hmm.
and the average wingspan for some of my height is only supposed to be 69 to 70, right? My wingspan is 75 and a half inches. So I have 5 more inches in my wingspan than I am tall.
Right.
So what I had a problem with when I was going through the academy, and then when I was in the desert over there as a driver having to carry a 9mm, is I had to lean way up here to get my hand just so I can pull a weapon out. So for me, if I'm going to conceal carry, which is just being able to get in and out of a car easily carrying, I'll have the yeah. It's a true thing, but and Whip, just I don't know if you know this, but they also make what they call waistband holsters that actually are gapped. They actually are made to be off the body just a little bit. Uncle Mike's does it. Vetter does it. There's some other ones. But for me, if I'm going to conceal carry out and about, it has to be off the waistband a little bit, and I'll have it on my waistband just to keep it from being down on my leg. But if I'm actually going to go out and do stuff and be comfortable, I have an Alien Gear thigh holster, and you know what? I'll walk down the public here in Texas. You can do that all day long because it's where my hand is comfortable. It's right there by my hand, and if I need to draw right now, it's a lot easier to do it from there than it is up here.
Sure, absolutely, absolutely. And like I said, again, whatever works for you, that's the best one.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. Like I said, and for me, God dang, if I don't stop hiccuping, for me, I like to conceal carry, because if I'm out and about, I don't want nobody to know I have a weapon, because somebody wants to get stupid and they know I have a weapon, I'm going to be the first guy they take out. I don't want that. Okay.
Right.
I want to be
Right.
the one that they're, oh, that guy's good. That guy's okay. I'm good. Okay. And then they start to do something, and that's when I can
Yeah.
I can bust out and put them down if I have to. You know what I mean? So, but again, it just depends. If you're going to be in a tactical situation, is it going to be just like an everyday, like an EDC kind of thing? Is it going to be a concealed situation where you don't want nobody to know what you have, like what I do, or
Yeah.
if physical thing, like even for me, like the belly band, like I was talking about belly bands earlier, I bought one. I put it on. I put it right back over on the table. I was done. they're not for me. Now I have had some of the ones that are, and I always call them a pancake holster. I'm not for sure if that's the proper terminology for it, but that's what I've always called them. But
Right.
they're the ones that have like the leather fabric back, and then a half a kydex and like this, and then they got the 2 hooks on the outside. And you always see people use them for like behind the back carry, and I think those are amazing too. But with with my shoulder, that's all the farther I can get my shoulder.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So it won't work for me. So therefore, wait, and I forgot too, ankle holsters. I forgot all about ankle holsters.
Oh yeah.
Backup, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So all depends on what you're using them for. They all work great, and I know a lot of people, kind of like the Olight thing, oh, that's Olight, it's gonna blow up, it's junk, it's this, it's that. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
It works exactly what I need it to do. So I don't need to spend $100 on a light, because I have one that I spent $100 on, and it does exactly what your $300 light does, and it does exactly what I need it to do. So I just saved myself $200. No, I can go buy.
Yeah, you mentioned and something that I saw when I was scouring the 10,000 holsters trying to find one that's going to fit mine with an Olight. The women's holsters, there is a lot of options for women's holsters, man. I mean, they in the purse were ones that clip inside the purse, like. Obviously you want a weapon that, you're not going to stick a Smith & Wesson or a Desert Eagle in your purse, but they have all sorts of options because, like garter belt style, under dresses and stuff. It really is phenomenal.
I can't remember where I seen it. God, where did I see it? For the life of me, I can't remember, but it was like a brassiere.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the one right down in the sternum holster.
I thought that was a cool sale.
Yeah,
they got
and
fanny packs and backpacks that you can carry in.
Mm-hmm.
The realm of carrying a weapon is so vast anymore. The sky's the limit, really.
Yeah, it really is, man. I mean, and the hardest thing, I don't know, I think we almost hey man, Whip, bro. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to do some rush hour, Chris Tucker stuff if you got an ankle holster. I mean that's but one of the hard parts, I don't know about you. I think you and I have talked about it. You have your stuff kind of on point. I'm still learning how to get my stuff even remotely near readily available. But I have
completely.
Finding finding an Olight compatible for a 10 mil.
Yeah, good luck.
It's crazy how. I've only found 2. So I have an Alien Gear thigh holster, which I absolutely love, but I can't use my light. Right? Obviously, I bought it before I even knew I was going to get a light. Right. So here I am looking, and Vetter has the hip one that is actually, it comes out and it drops just a little bit. Right? Seems pretty comfortable, but I can use the 10 mil with the Olight. And then Cobra. Cobra is the only other thigh holster that I've found that where I can have a light and you be on my Glock 20. So if one caution to those that want some of the little odd, and I say odd in the big picture, the odd calibers, just because we like that kind of stuff. We sometimes run into finding something that fits to the way we want it. And here we go again, be like, well, I want this, I got this cool handgun, but it's such a way where the resources for certain things I want to do are limited, you know. Right. So we just something we got to be careful. Which is what's really cool though is a 50 cal rail that sits on top of my frame. I'm going to get me one. It fits in all the holsters that a Glock that the Glock 20 is. So, you know, it's kind of a make sure that you do your research and if you want something super special, don't be afraid to call up a guy and be like, I need you to mold me one because I got this, you know, I got this mini gun on my hip here.
I was just going to say, too, there's like, if you go to like these gun shows, okay, things like that, I guarantee you there is somebody there that has a Kydex press that can make you a holster for your specific weapon.
And I'm going to take you up on that. I think in there, didn't you say there's a gun show coming into town, or the next one that comes in? I really want to go and see about that, and then make it where you can unscrew, like on the Alien Gear. What I like really about Alien Gear, and I don't know if I really haven't messed with too many other holsters, but Alien Gear, you can unscrew the little the pinion, and you can add it to the different type of holsters, so it goes up against your you know, whatever, your thigh or the hip one that you got. So that's something that you and I are gonna do some research on.
Absolutely. And you know, I guess that could kind of swing us over into the tech tip, since we're at the 1933. Yeah, tech tip this week. Okay, and I noticed that I'm sure you've all have heard. Oh, what's that? Really? How did I not know? Okay. Tech tip for the week. We've been talking quite a bit about Alien Gear and how much we really dig Alien Gear. Okay. So I'm going to tell you a story before I get into this holster right here. Okay. Okay. This is a good one. Okay. Now, for those of you that don't know me, a lot of people know me as Rocco from Rocco's Fish Room. Okay. As you can see, I love fish too. Okay. So Rocco is a penny pincher. Okay. Rocco will save a penny if he can. Okay. So I went and I looked for the Alien Gear Photon holster that I wanted. Okay. So I looked and looked. And the best place, look here, I'm even finding more crap. The best place I found was Amazon. Okay. So I was like, yeah,
a trusted name.
Yeah, it's a trusted name. Exactly.
Trusted name.
Right?
Yeah.
So I ordered it. Got here in 2 days. I was like happier than a pig in slop, man. I'm telling you, I was so stoked.
Yeah.
I opened it up and I started going through, because, you know, military guy was the first thing we do when we open something up. Inventory, everything. Make sure it's all there. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going through. It's like, oh, damn, I'm missing one of them little backing things. Where the hell? Okay. No big deal. I didn't need it. You know, because I didn't have. I'm not running a sidecar with it, which I'll get into in a minute too. Okay.
Yeah.
So I start putting it all together, snapping this together, putting the screws in there, tightening up the Allen screws. I put the little wedge piece on so it could profile good and I don't print real bad. So I was all stoked. I slapped my Glock in there real quick, slap that in there like that. I start looking. What the Sam hell? Okay, now this is where it gets good. Look on the bottom of this holster. Okay, I'm trying to get the light right. Now, does that look like a factory cut? It looks like somebody tried to get a butter knife out and cut the bottom of this holster.
He said, that's factory, right? That's home factory.
Factory, somebody cut it with a damn butter knife or some crap, right? So, that being said, and for those of you that know me personally, know I got a pretty bad temper, okay? And, you know, I can control my temper, but I do let myself get pretty pissed off sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, I saw this, and I'm thinking to myself, I just spent $51 on this. What in the Sam hell? So,
yeah,
with Alien Gear, and I wasn't rude. I mean, I even read the emails to you if you don't believe me. But I emailed them and I said, hey, you know, I just picked up one of your holsters. Love it. the way it feels, and honest to God, the way this thing is, it's bigger than the one I used to use, and this is way more comfortable, and it's bigger. How
Right.
that works, I don't know, but it just does. Anyway, I let them know what happened. I told them the whole story, what happened. I got it from Amazon. You know, the packaging wasn't really bad, beat up. Just had one corner right there that was kind of dinged up a little bit, right?
Sure.
That was it. Just that one corner right here. It's a little dinged up, pushed in a little bit like that, right? Nobody would have thought anything. Okay. So I was like,
Sure.
all right, cool. We're green. So opened it up, put everything together, found this, emailed the company, said, hey, this is what happened. You know, then he emailed me back. I mean, almost as I clicked it, and probably in the next 3 or 4 hours, I had an email already. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, the gentleman's name was Ben from Alien Gear. Okay. You know, he's like, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry that happened. Can you send me your order number and pictures of the holster?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. No worries, man. No worries. I'm thinking to myself, man, this guy's going to go to bat for me, and he's going to kick Amazon's ass, and they're going to give me my money back, and you know, all this stuff, right? So about 2 days later, you know, he got all the information. 2 days later, I get an email back, and he says, well, it appears that Amazon's giving me the same song and dance they gave you. So I'm like, all right, so what, you know, I'm thinking to myself, okay, what are we going to do? So I keep reading down. And this is how amazing these people are. Okay.
Yeah.
They did not sell me this holster. Although it is their product, they did not sell me this holster. Okay.
Right.
Amazon did. This gentleman tells me, he said, well, Chuck, if you want, I'll send you a label. You send it back to me, and I'll give you a brand new one. I thought, really? That's pretty cool, man. I was like, I was really impressed with that, you know?
Yeah.
I got to thinking about it because I was like almost ready to hit send. Like, here's my information. Yeah, you send that to me right now, damn it. You know, and then I got thinking about it, you know? I'm a business owner. One day I want to have me a nice brick and mortar store, and I would love to carry their products. And I definitely don't want bad blood with somebody like Alien Gear because let's face it, they're amazing holsters. They make great products. Okay.
Yeah.
And, after this whole thing, I found out that not only are their products top shelf, okay, their customer service is paramount above everybody that I've ever spoken to. Okay.
Yeah.
Holster companies, they are probably the best ones I've ever talked to, right?
Yeah.
And not only that, but they're people that work for them actually give a damn.
Yeah.
So I emailed him back and I said, look, you know, it's not your fault. You didn't do it. Alien Gear didn't do it. Somebody obviously was shipped this holster, sent it back to Amazon, and they reshipped it out to somebody else, and it happened to be me.
Right.
So I told him, if you want to send one back, that's fine, no problem. Whatever you want to do, I'm gonna put the ball in your court. Because either or, I'm using it. It doesn't matter. That hole doesn't really. Does it look like? Yeah, it looks like crap. It does. You know.
Yeah.
But if I'm carrying concealed, who's gonna see it? Right. But now, the cool thing about this is getting to the tech tip part of it. The cool thing about the Photon now, okay, for those of you that haven't really researched the Photon. This right here is set up right now as just a single gun with a light, okay, inside the waistband, concealed carry, right? Because everybody knows that's how I love to carry, is concealed, okay?
Right.
You can also, let me see if I can do this without spilling parts everywhere. You can also turn this into a hip holster outside the waistband. All you do is you just take that clip off and the wedge off, put this on, and they give you all the hardware, and you can rig this up to carry with the sidecar, which is like the magazine holder on the side. Okay. And not only that, okay, it comes with different depth, like clips. So if you have a like a 1 3/4 inch belt, this will accommodate. And the one that I have is for an inch and a half belt. Okay.
Right.
And not only that, it can be left or right-handed, and it does come with a wedge for left and right-handed. Okay, there's your wedge. That's all it is. Real simple. Put it
It's
under
just
the
a
clip.
switch. It switches easily.
Yep. Not only that,
Wow.
comes with all the hardware, all the mounting hardware, extra stuff. Even comes with a sticker. Okay, it's inside, outside waistband compatible, sidecar ready. And it has a cover because you think, okay, well, if you can switch it side to side, then it's going to have holes that will be opened up, right?
Mm-hmm.
They thought of that too. Right there, there's a cover right there that holds that plugs up all those holes.
Nice.
That's where it all mounts. And same thing on this side. So if I want to put it out for a left-hander, then I would take all this off and put this little piece here on the holes on that side. Now you can see the holes on the inside.
Yep.
But yeah, this is a great holster. And I'm going to tell you what. I could give two rats butts. Okay, if somebody came to me and said, you can have, this is the best holster in the entire world, and it's yours if you want it. First question out of my mouth will be, is it made by Alien Gear? If not, go on.
Right.
Because I'm telling you, when a company treats their people and their customers like they treated me.
Oh yeah.
Why look anyplace else? Why look anyplace?
I love my Alien Gear. I really do, and I really wish they would make a Glock 24 light on the thigh, and I, I really do. Yeah, but I've had no problems with mine. Very comfortable, right? The retention, the tactical, the thigh holster it's a push lever to pull it out, but it's so smooth. It locks in nice. Highly recommend Alien Gear. And as soon as I get my veteran, I'll, because that's going to be my hip one for a light. It's the only one I could find for a light. We'll do a review on that one too. But if I'm going to the range or if I'm going out, and I want to carry, I'm not afraid to put it on my thigh.
They're great products. They really are, hands
Great.
down. And now,
yeah,
I'm not gonna say anything bad, but this is a concealed carrier. Okay, very simple, very, 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 very easy to carry. Okay, this is not a bad holster. I paid $30 for this.
Oh yeah, the Kydex. Yep,
it's a great holster, and a concealed carrier is not a bad company, fairly cheap, and you can find them. Longhorn Tactical. I'm not. No, wait. Hold on. Let me. Longhorn's Tactical and Defense. That's what it's called. Longhorn.
Okay.
Tactical and Defense. Look on their website. But they have. Now I used to work for that company back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
They sell body armor. All kinds of really cool stuff. So if that's something else you guys are looking for, definitely check her out. The lady, I said lady. The lady that owns that company is an Army veteran. Extremely, extremely trained as far as medical things like that. She's a range safety. She trains for like active shooter training. She does all this stuff, and her buddy is also trained. He's a SIG armorer. Great folks over there at Longhorn Tactical.
Nice.
Defense. Yeah, tell Jen, if y'all go over there and see him, tell Jen I sent you, and
sure.
Tell her to reach out and say hi to Chuck sometime. I haven't talked to her in so long. And I know she's been busy, but we when you're a business owner, you don't have a whole lot of time to have fun.
Right.
And talk to all your buddies all the time. So I get
right.
it. But,
and I really want to get one of those.
Watching, okay.
I really been eyeballing those tactical belts that for the holsters, the ones that go on the outside of your pants where you don't have to feed it through the belt loop. I really want to get one.
You know what I have, and I know people always dog them out, and I don't know why. I don't know what the big thing is. People want to dog out a company for. I mean, if it's a decent product, leave them alone.
Yeah.
Man. Let
Yeah.
people buy what they
To
want.
each his own, man. To each his own.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. You know, I'm a Ford
Yeah.
guy. You know, not everybody likes to drive a real truck. Everybody wants to buy a Dodge or a Chevy. So I get it. You know, but hey,
As long as it does what you want it to do. Yeah.
all jokes aside, you see where I'm coming from, though. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So again, guys, if you're looking for a good concealed carry holster, that was two great options right there. Honest to God, man, I really don't know how this holster, which served me great for like a year and a half, 2 years, served me great. And then I bought this one, and you can see this one is considerably bigger. Okay.
Yeah.
How is this one comfortable compared to this one?
How's it more comfortable?
Exactly.
By the way, right? Probably by the way that the system hangs and on the belt.
Freaking clue, man. No clue.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know what? I'll BS aside, you know. Now, will there be a situation or a time of day or year or whatever that I would use this holster again? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not
But-
going to get rid of this. This has been tried and true and proven to be a great holster.
But you know something? You said you said something. Hold your Kydex up, and I'll tell you what's uncomfortable because it's uncomfortable on mine. This piece.
I bet you I already know.
This piece right here. This piece, and I get it, it's a guide, right? It's a guide for yes. This is what digs in. And the alien gear, if you look at, like, I don't know if you can see it, but this goes right up against the body. Right up against the body. Sorry, my fat hangs out. The Photon or the alien gear, because of the rigging, it actually sits off the body just a little bit. And that little bit right there is the key to why they're a little bit more comfortable than your Kydex, unless you're just rail thin and you can yeah.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
me.
Not this guy. Oh no, sir.
Chuck likes to eat. I'm on the Fat Boy program.
Right.
But, yeah, so like I said, man, there's a lot of different options out there, and truth of the matter is, whichever one works best for your situation, your weapon, whatever makes you the most comfortable, use it. Okay.
Yep.
But I will tell you this. I will tell you this now, firsthand. Just because your buddy's got one, don't mean it's the
Don't
best.
mean it works for you. Yep.
Exactly. Doesn't mean it's going to work for him or
Correct.
her or them or whatever, right? Just because everybody on the internet says, "Oh, you need to get a this or you need to get a that or you need a Streamlight, screw Olight," you know.
Yeah.
You know what? Does it work for you? Then hey, that's
Yeah.
the right one for you, right there.
And you know, like anything else, man, it's trial and error, right? We do it on the race car. I'm doing it right now with the race car, and it's you know, it's just like, good Lord, you know, to figure it out. But once you find it, right? Once you find it and you slowly just do onesies and twosies, the cool thing about Amazon, you can send it back, you know, if it don't work. But take the time, build your rig on your own experiences. Put it through its test, right? But whatever you're going to wear, put it through its test. And if it's right, and if it's not working for you, hey, you know, send it back, and get it right. But once you get your system right, that'll be your success right there.
Amen. Something else I wanted to hit on real quick, just real quick, and then we can get into veterans issues.
Sure.
I know, when was it? About episode 4 or 5, I think. We had talked about springs and triggers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. I did it again. Let me show you what I did. Okay. Now, for those of you that know Chuck, this is my range gun. Yes, my range gun has a light. Why does my range gun have a light? Because if need be, this doesn't always have to be a range gun. This could be sitting on my nightstand, and I could use it at night when somebody breaks into my house, and I will blind them. Okay?
Right.
Might not even have to shoot them. Okay?
Right.
what I did do, this is my range gun, okay, and I'm working on making it my goal. And I know people are going to laugh at me and tell me it's going to be impossible, you know, but you know me as well as, you know, some of my other friends know me. You tell me I can't do it, I'm going to die trying until I can. Okay. So
Yeah.
my goal with this weapon, okay, is to make it a fast, you know, something that's fast to fire. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go out and put, you know, a light and striker and all this. I want to figure out a way to make this gun fire as good, if not better, than a 1911. And
Sure.
everybody's going to tell me it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's impossible. That's why I'm trying, because everybody
Yeah.
says it's impossible. I want to be the first one to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you got some guys out there that are just like phenomenal with a Glock. I mean, just like, well, excuse me, the blonde hair Glock god himself, Johnny Glocks. Love that dude. He's such an awesome guy. If you guys get a chance, go check his channel out. He's awesome. What's that called? I can't remember the name of that. It's not YouTube. It's Rumble. He's on Rumble. Check him out. Dude's amazing. Extremely brilliant when it comes to Glocks. But he's probably going to think that I'm full of crap too. But I'm going to try it. I'm going to keep trying until I do. Okay. But what I did do now, okay, I took the striker spring out. I put a 6-pound striker spring in it. I changed out the connector to a Ghost Angel 3.0. I put, of course, everything in there is polished. Obviously, the trigger bar, connector, everything's polished. I put that in there, and I also have, it hasn't came in yet. Hopefully tomorrow or the next day, but a stronger trigger spring. Okay, for obviously it's Gen 5, obviously, but the Gen 3, when I did the 19, the Gen 3 19 and the Gen 5 17, the trigger housings are almost the same. I mean, obviously there's differences between the generations, but the biggest the biggest thing is they have a different trigger spring. Okay, one of them has like a coil spring that's got a loop on one end and a loop on it's supposed to be shaped in an S. When you install that back in your gun, it should always be in the shape of an S. Remember that. Okay. Now for the Gen 5, the trigger spring, it's hard to explain it. It sits on a little plastic deal, and all right, and then it's got like a little spade front end. You take that spring, goes here, you kind of compress it, hold the back, and you put that I can't remember what it's called. The cruciform sits right in it. So when you put the trigger in, you got to kind of click it and pop it in, but it sits on top of there. Well, that spring, I got a different spring. So that should make that reset like pop like really good. So
Sure.
again, if you guys get a chance and you really want to improve your weapons shootability, accuracy, even, believe it or not, just changing out a connector and a couple springs like that, it takes a lot of the torquing when you're shooting. You know how some people torque a little bit when they're instead of squeezing the trigger, they'll pull, you know, and they'll torque.
Right.
Just take that trigger, the not trigger, but the connector and the springs and everything that I swapped out from Ghost Incorporated. By the way, if you guys want a good product, definitely hit up Ghost. But they right here. This is what we put in here. It's the Ghost spring kit right here. Okay. Now this comes with you can see it almost focused in. Comes with the 4-pound spring, and that's more of like your sport shooting and competitions and stuff. And then you have a 6-pound, which is more like an EDC kind of thing, self-defense kind of spring. Okay. Look here, this is your plunger spring right there. See the safety plunger.
Yep.
At the reduced power. So what that does is when that when you fire and it slides back, that plunger will have a little less resistance, which will make the whole process a little faster
and smoother.
Right here, right, and a lot smoother. And then this is the 6-pound trigger spring. This spring right here, like I was telling you, is supposed to be shaped in an S. Okay, I don't know if you can kind of see it. Not gonna focus for me. But anyway, that's supposed to be shaped. That's a 6-pound string, and that's for like Gen 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. They have a totally different trigger system than the Gen 5 does.
Right.
And this is the connector that we installed, is the Angel 3.0.
Nice.
And I've been looking at these different connectors from Ghost, reading, and now in my Glock 45, I have the Ghost Edge, hands down one of my favorite connectors I've installed so far. Okay, that's one of my favorites. But currently, the Angel is definitely the favorite to go to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something that I definitely want to look, dip into is putting changing out the springs and stuff for the 20. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great guys here too. Veteran-owned company, if I'm not mistaken, too. And they have a connector, and I can't remember the name of the connector, but a portion of the proceeds every time you buy that particular connector goes towards secret squirrel units in the military. We'll call it that.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Okay. So there's that. So if you're looking for to improve your Glock accuracy, and if you're looking for a better shootability and just overall making that Glock just that much better, definitely check out Ghost Incorporated for their spring kits and their connectors. And they have a ton of other products too, but the trigger kits are obviously my favorite. You know how I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm all about getting the leg.
You're obsessed.
Bad guy, or I really am. I'm obsessed with trigger pull. Okay, what can I do to make this trigger pull easier? And I even sent you pictures. I was like, oops, I did it again.
Uh-huh. Yep.
0.8 pounds.
Yep.
But anyways, guys, let's move on to veterans issues. We got 2 minutes left, but we can go over a few, so we can talk about that. So you got anything you want to talk about as far as veteran issues this week, bro?
Man, I started doing another claim. It's funny how when you register in the burn pit, if you haven't registered in the burn pit, make sure you guys do. If you're out there listening, burn pit registration. If you were exposed to anything over there when you were deployed across the pond, make sure you register with the burn pit and get your physical done. And it's still kind of a mystery to me why certain cancers and certain ailments, they are still kind of hard up to make available for disabilities. And this is not a complaint of mine in the sense of I've lived with cancer since I got back home, and it was a good 8 or 9 years, 2000. Say I got back in 2005, so 8 years before I was diagnosed. But the onset of leukemia, it can sit dormant. Your body can sit dormant, but something triggers it, and it just, it takes time for it to grow. And so I've started making my fourth claim on it, and I started catching myself going, why am I even trying this? Because they're still, they're making it so hard. So I looked up and I started pulling up all the different ailments of the burn pit stuff and what have you not. And out of all the cancer that they have, there's 2 that they don't have, and one of them is chronic myeloid leukemia, the more rare form. And you get rejection. So I wanted to touch on the process for claims and our mentality behind it, on where we tend to want to give up because it takes so long. We have to remember that a lot of these, in my opinion, the doctors, have a good night, Whip. Thanks for joining us. When you have doctors that when you have doctors, your doctors that say, "Hey, look, this is a cause of this, or there's a big chance that this caused a lot of this." Yeah, you make your claim and you do everything, and then the doctors that are on the board says, you know what, we find it unsubstantiated or what have you not, and that'll kill you down. You know, it'll bust your motivation real quickly. And so I wanted to touch on that because I did that last week, and let everybody know. Listen, if you give up, you'll never find out. If you stop trying, or at least talking and getting it in your medical records, because every time you make a claim, they look through your medical records, and what have you not. So I wanted to take my little bit of frustration and turn it into something, you know, of motivation to say, keep at it, right? There's many groups out there that are all about getting you what you deserve based on your conditions and your ailments, for if it's service connected. Even the ones where they say, well, we don't know if that caused it. Well, you don't stop. If they say you need to take a test, go take your test. If they say you need to go, if they say you have to go and do this and it might take a few weeks because of how many people, then you sit there and do it. Because the last thing that I want, or what we all should want, is to be looked at as we didn't do something, or we didn't follow through, so that the finger can't be pointed back at us, you know. So I just wanted to, you know, I find that frustrating, you know, again in myself, that it's like, hey, look, I'm not looking for, you know, anything more but it to get put on or recognized as a non-genetic, you know, service-connected situation that they need to get right. And not just for me, but for people that can get it afterwards, that are still over there, that come back. I mean, it's still going on. People don't understand. Just there's still people over there. And, you know, the three, you know, I've put my politics on the backside, but I'm going to talk about veterans and active duty, you know, stuff too, real quick. That stuff, those three troops, you know, that were killed in that raid over there. Those families, our hearts out to you, our brothers and sisters. It's uncalled for. It's not. I say it's uncalled for. The response has been uncalled for, right? You know, we all want to get angry at it and what have you not. Just know that we pay attention. Guys like us watch the news and we pay attention. And, you know, anytime our troops get hurt, our veterans get, you know, left, right? It really does touch us, because, you know, we're fortunate. Chuck, I feel very fortunate. You know, I'm lucky to be alive, right? From everything that I've been through. But I'm very fortunate and humbled that I'm in this position, unlike some of our brothers and sisters that either didn't make it or are in a lot worse off than we are. So, you know, guys, just keep plugging away at your health. Don't give up on it. It's very worth it. And, you know, go to relieffortroops.org. You know, we talk about CBD all the time, and man, there is a way for help, even if it's the mental stuff. We talk about the crisis. You know, Chuck, you did the 988, and you talked about how you made the phone call. You know, Relief for Troops can be a rapid response situation, right? If you email us and say, I really want to try this because I'm really going, there's just things that I just need to stop and calm everything down, whether it's pain, medical, PTSD, whatever. You email us and call us, we will find a way to get you a bottle of relief. It will happen.
That's a promise.
That's a promise. I'm not even worried about money. It's a promise, because it's so worth the cost of that little bottle, right? The cost of that little bottle is so worth the $140, $150 to keep you from doing something that you don't need to be doing. That's That's straight up. You know,
Well,
and so
people got to remember, you know, yes, it's hard. Yes, it's difficult. Okay, we get it. We live it every day too. Okay?
yeah,
There's things you got to do to prepare yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually. Okay.
hmm
Just remember, you know, God will never put too much on your plate that you can't handle. Okay.
yeah,
Number one, He will never give you more than what you can't handle. So you got to have confidence in yourself. So that's your mental well being. Okay. And you got to get up, move, do something.
yes,
Get up. The more you move, trust me, I swear on my mother's grave, you get up, you move around, you're gonna feel better. Okay.
Yeah.
That's just the start. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, people give a damn. We care, you know?
Yeah.
I don't mean that, oh, we're just saying, no, that's not just something we're saying. We live this
Yep.
every day.
yeah,
I talk to people, 70, 80 people a day. Okay. Half of them are, you know, cancer patients, dialysis patients, amputees, you know, whatever. Okay. And they all have the same thing. Why does it have to happen to me?
Yep.
You know? And I say, you know what? I'm going to tell you why. Okay. On the spiritual side of things, okay, God never gives us too many things that we can't handle. Okay. But remember this. When you go through what you're going through and you pull through, right? And you got the armor of God on and you feel great and everything went great. Everything's good. I'm back on track. My life's doing great, right?
yep,
Don't stop there.
Yeah.
Now it's your turn to bring the sheep to the shepherd.
Yep. And you hit that so right. It's it gave me chills of what you just said, because it can be when it clicks in your mind and you find that light, that positivity of going, here it is, bang. The first thing you do is you always, as a human instinct, is look back and go, man, that sucked, but look where I'm at. Look what happened. It really wasn't that bad when you go back and dissect everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the chaos. That is what, you know, I say it all the time about chaos. I say it when I'm teaching jiu-jitsu. I say it when I'm at work. Calm down. Don't let things pile. I did it today. To be honest, and we're all guilty of it. I did it today. I let a little bit pile up, and I didn't think about that there's someone else that I need to think about when making a decision on something like that. And she said, whoa. I don't care about that. Hey, there's someone else. And it's like, oh, man. And all I had to do was say, you know what? You're absolutely right. I apologize. So we go through it all the time, too. Something, Chuck, that I don't know, when we talk about the mental state of soldiers when they come back and what have you not. I was very fortunate that I didn't have a lot of the chaos after coming home going on in my head. The anger kick in, the all of the stuff going. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why I was so calm about things. I had nightmares. I had it took me a little bit to not want to. It took me a little bit to not want to just drive in the center of a 3-lane highway, because being on the road all the time, you never know what was going to happen, It took me a little bit to do that, but being fortunate on that part, I want to tell others, calming in the middle of chaos will get you through anything, to include health issues. Don't let the first no at the VA or your doctors or whatever not.
Exactly.
Go into all of a sudden nobody cares, or no, it's not going to work, or no, it's not, because there are avenues to go around that kind of stuff. There are, right? Yes, we have to put the work in. Unfortunately, we have to put the work in. Fortunately, it is on us that if we don't get something done, there's no one else to blame but us. So now you don't have that on your head. Be like, well, I decided not to do it. Okay, well then shut your mouth. You don't have nothing to complain about. But if you go in every day and you're doing what you got to do, on and on and on and on and on, and you get no results, then you come to us and be like, hey guys, this is what's going on. I don't know what to do. We'll find where you need to go because we've probably already been there. So yeah, for the soldier, for the veterans, spiel that I wanted to put out today, I had the experience last week, and then today. Listen, do yourself a favor, right? When one phone call hangs up that's negative, there's another one waiting that there's going to be a positive. Period. The end. And that's the bottom line. Don't stop. Don't give up.
Mm-hmm. Amen. Amen. So, there you have it. That was episode 7.
Episode 7.
Episode
7.
So,
man, I believe we've done this for 7 weeks already?
Right?
Holy cow, man.
I know, right? I know.
And I'm still working on the damn car.
Shit.
Man.
Oh hell. Anyways, we went over holsters today. And I wish we could have dived in more into that, but we just basically kind of said, these are the different types of holsters. They all have their place. If you have questions about any of those things that we talked about, email us at Gearheads and Guardians. It's gearheadsandguardians@gmail.com. You can ask Chuck or Drew any questions you want. And as far as, as long as it's about veteran issues, cars, or our pew-pews, any kind of questions like that, we're more than happy to answer. If you have, like I said, if you have any issues as far as, you need help with something and you don't know who to turn to, or you want to find out more about Cialis or whatever, Cialis. I did it again.
Sorry,
man.
You need some Cialis? Is that what we're...
Yeah, that's Cialis, in case your stuff don't work. Rub a little bit of this on there. You'll be all right.
But be careful. A little that'll do you.
It's yours. You can wash it as fast as you want to. Anyway.
That's right.
Again, we talked about holsters. All right. We went over the veterans issues. We went over the tech tip. Get you a photon. Trust me, you will not be sorry. I promise you that. For the price point, man. For the price point and construction of these things and the availability and just a thing concealed outside the waistband. I can put a sidecar on it. All these different things. If you don't get a photon holster, I understand. Not everybody likes Ford trucks either. But in my mind, Ford trucks are the best, so I'm going to buy a Ford. And in my mind, these holsters right here are the best, and that's what I'm going to continue to buy. Okay. Now, as soon as they make one for a Glock 21, you better believe I'm going to buy one
with no light,
with or without a light. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm going to make it. But that, and then we talked about the Ghost Incorporated trigger kits and the springs they have and the connectors. And then we touched a little bit of, on the spiritual side of things tonight, which I really dig. I appreciate it. I think everybody needs that, and some people think, oh, that's not the forum for that, well, guess what? Wherever three or more people congregate, that's church. So thank you. You're welcome.
Yep. Yeah. It works.
Got anything you can add to that, brother?
No, man. This has been a good one. I'm excited for the future. We got a lot of stuff coming up, man. It's going to be a wild season. We've got a lot of gun stuff coming up, man. Especially as we start building mine. It's going to be nice to see and collaborate on the parts and everything. Again, our charities, Relief for Troops, and Chuck's charity, soldier suicide and human trafficking. I wanted to ask about that real quick. I know we've gone over, but I wanted to ask about I always have in my back of my mind somehow, maybe because I feel like Don Knotts and the shakiest gun in the West, but how cool would it be to be a volunteer on one of those human trafficking raids, to go and just go be a part of helping recover,
You know how awesome that would be?
how cool would that be, man? Especially with the stuff that we carry. Oh, do we carry? Oh, hold my beer on that one, because what do you want? No, I'm serious, but I think it'd be really cool for the cause to be a part of
Just to
that
participate.
that
That would be cool.
to do that. I think that'd be so cool. That'd be so awesome.
I do too. So
Yeah, man.
again, folks, if you get a chance, there's a little button down there. It says like and subscribe. Go ahead and click on those for us. We greatly appreciate your
Drop us a note.
and you can be part of the Gearheads and Guardians fraternity. We got a lot of surprises coming up in the future.
I can't wait.
As far as I know. As far
Oh,
as
dude.
Cooler Motorsport, Gunner's Choice.
Gunners.
I mean,
Yep.
we got a lot of things on burners all over the place. And guys, it's gonna. We're doing our best to make it worth your while. I promise. So stay tuned. Episode 8's right around the corner next Wednesday at 7:00. Be there. Be
7
square.
o'clock.
All right. God bless y'all. Take care of yourself. It was great to see you. And if you're watching after it was live, hey man, thanks so much for watching. We
Appreciate
really
it. Yep. We appreciate your support.
God bless y'all. Have a great night. Shoot straight.
Have a
Be
good night.
safe.
Who up?
Out.
Out.